Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel, JT Open Stuff. Guys, a lot of times when I'm walking around the toy departments, I try to think, what would you guys like to see, something new? I know I'll do a lot of mystery balls and mystery packages and things like that, but then sometimes something speaks to me and I want to just share it with you guys because this is one of those items. I was walking around my local Target with my son and we're just kind of looking at the toys, and I've shared in some of my videos that sometimes my local Target and Walmart don't have a lot of good things. They don't seem to restock them as much as other areas that we travel to and such. But we were looking and I saw these Ninja Strike Batman figures and I thought, this is the kind of thing I'd like to cover for you guys, because I have covered that you can go out still to some of your local toy shops and you can find some of these older figures for $5, $6, $10 and under. But very rarely do you see a new figure for $10 and under. But that's what you get here. Now, this guy right here, this Grodd, this guy is a little over $10. He's at $13. And there are a couple of figures that go along with him in this size. But these Ninja Strike figures right here, $7.67 a piece at my local Target. You just don't find that anymore in 2025. So I wanted to open them up for you guys today and just show you how cool some of these figures can still be for a reasonable price. You have to look, but there are values to be had. So let's get right into it. And we're going to open up the man himself first. We're going to open up Batman. And while I'm opening up this package, you know what, guys? Let's look at the back. First, Batman, Joker, Robin, and Nightwing. Now, I want to say there were some old figures back in the day that might have been Ninja Strike, Ninja Force, Batman, but these are really, really cool. A nice size figure, about a 6-inch figure. Really, really fun. Now, I'll go ahead and open it up. And while I'm doing that, guys, you take that opportunity, please, 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 to go down and hit that subscribe button wherever you have to go to do so. It is the best way to support the channel. And while you're there, hit that notification bell, and hopefully you'll never miss one of my great toy opening videos. So there you can see we kind of ripped it off there. We have this little weapons cache right here. Now, it does have a little rubber band down there, so we're going to cut that really quickly. And we're going to get this plastic opened up and then check that out. This figure is really, really cool looking. Comes with a little sword, and then he's just kind of molded in there, which is awesome. It does have one little rubber band back there. Once that's cut, he is free and clear. And check this figure out, guys. Now, the articulation is not going to be something of like a McFarlane figure or whatever, but I mean, look at this. He has articulation of the head, tilts, twist. He has articulation here. His arms go up. He twists. These do move a little bit to give movement. He has elbows that move as well. Now, they do not twist very much at all. It's just kind of just a tiny bit of movement naturally that you get from the joint itself. But look at that. He can hang on something above his head if you wanted to, or he can just be flexing somebody. But really, really cool. Now, he has these little side leg protectors here, but his legs go back and forth like this. They also go out like this just a little. Well, actually, they go all the way out, but these little side protectors kind of hold it in place. He has articulation at the knee there, which is cool, but nothing on the foot, which is fine. That is great. And look at this. He has a soft piece. He has a fabric cape, which is kind of neat. Stand test, perfect. Absolutely perfect. Get those rubber bands out of there. Don't want him tripping on a rubber band and breaking his knee or something. And then this sword. As always, I like all my figures to be right-handed, so there's his little sword. That is really cool. See, what kind of pose can we get this guy into and still have him stand up? That's almost there. Not quite. All right, come on. You can do it. You can do it. Well, I guess he'll stand more straight up then. Even so, very cool looking figure. I think it's because he has his knees bent a little bit, but he stands very nicely. Plus, he does have little holes, so you could peg him into a display if you wanted to give him an even crazier fighting stance or something like that, which I think would be absolutely the best. Now, these right here, it's kind of interesting. It looks like one of those old school model kits where you could break all these off, and I think that's what it's there for. I kind of like the way it just kind of looks like all of his weapons are sitting there. It's kind of a neat look, but I do think that these are meant to pop off of here. Very interesting. As you can see right there, you can reposition them on the stand. So yes, let's go ahead and pop these out of here. This is a very kind of old school way of packaging things, not just having a bunch of loose items. You just have to bend and twist and bend and twist until it's off of there, but they will come off eventually. There we go. Now that one did leave its little nub. We could always clean that up with a little pair of needle nose pliers or something later, but yeah, you just kind of twist them and they will come out of there. All right. Okay. There we go. We left one little piece there. This little dagger looking weapon here. We'll take that out of that one. There we go. And there is what you're left with. And you see it has little pegs right there, so you can hang the weapons back up on it. Now I did twist it just a tiny bit. Without those adding some rigidity to it, kind of leaves it a little bit warped, but, and then again, you just have to kind of play with these guys. Like, they will twist off of here. You just have to be patient with it, just like that. And then if you wanted to, you could always hit it with a really fine grit sandpaper and get those little nubs that are left behind there. But for the purpose of today's video, we're just going to kind of take a look at, you can see he could hold it right there. Just like that. And when he doesn't want to hold it, it can go right back onto the little weapons rack. So I'll leave the rest of these. You guys get the idea of that. That is really kind of a neat thing. But I will take off this little chest plate. I did want to check that out because it is really kind of neat looking. One more little nib right there. And let's see, now his sword is kind of loose in his hand, so that's a little disappointing, but you can see right there in his cape, looks like he has little notches. And then on this, there are little pegs. And there you go. He has a nice little shiny or blue little chest plate there. So that is the Batman. Again, $7, $7.67 for this. That is a great deal. You get 5 extra weapons. You get the chest plate, you get the sword, you get the little weapons rack. That is a great value nowadays, I think, in my opinion. All right, let's move him a little bit over on the side right here and go ahead and open up this Joker. Now, for the Joker's sake, I'll just pick maybe one of the little weapons on his stand here and we'll take a look at it. But for time's sake, we'll just kind of go over what he looks like without popping all of these off. Because we've already discussed, if you really want to do a great job getting these off, you almost need a little bit of sandpaper and such anyway. So this is what he gets on his weapon rack. And as you can see, there's like some little shoulder things there. He has a little fan, a little throwing fan, some little ninja stars there. Just some cool stuff. That little spiked weapon there. really, really fun things. And then his weapon is this little fan, this little metal looking fan, has a spike on the other end. Let's see, let's cut away from ourselves here. Whoa, went flying. But check this Joker out. How cool is that? He's got that traditional samurai hairstyle. Still shoots some poison right out of that flower. I'm imagining he does have the little pegs there again for these little, we'll just show it real quick. I'll see if I can pop one out. Even if it has little nubs on it, we'll just show it right there. They kind of just go just like that. So interesting. He already has one. Put another one right on top of it. He has all the same articulation as the Batman here. As you can see, he has some elbow articulation. Now, even the Joker, he's right-handed as well. As evil as he is, he's right-handed as well. So let's go ahead and get this dude his weapon. He definitely looks like he is ready. You can turn him kind of nice little pose there. His head turns side to side. No front and back. Look at these eyes though, guys. Look at that. That is weird. There's glassy looking eyes on there. That's interesting. He also has the little hip protectors here. His legs go all the way out like so. Knees bend. Nice purple boots. He is definitely ready for battle. It's kind of a comparison between the two side by side. Let's get this out of his face. What do you say? Turn it like he's about to throw it at somebody. Now you get a better look at that. Those guys are really, really cool. Stand test. Great and great. But the one I was really excited about when I saw this set is this Gorilla Grodd. And that's because he has a battle clash action, which we are going to try. So I'm gonna put these guys over there just a little bit. We're gonna move them just out of the way here. And then we're gonna get into this Grodd. Now, on the back, you can see they have a Batman, a Joker, a Robin, and then this Grodd. Now you squeeze him and he swings his arm. So this is definitely kind of an old school way of making a toy as well. I had several toys like this when I was a kid, and I loved each and every one of them. My favorite being a Flash, Super Friends Flash, that you basically squeeze his legs and his arms like he's running. So that one was always my very favorite. But we're gonna find out what this Gorilla Grodd, has to offer. 3 little cuts of the little elastic bands, and he is out of the package. And this guy is kind of a chunkier, weightier figure, but you can see he does have that twist right there. Now, let's see. Whoa. Sometimes these figures do not work as advertised. This 100% coming at you. Whoa. That is great action on this figure. I absolutely love it. He looks so tough in his ninja gear. And let's look at this. He's got a problem. He told the Joker to do something for him. The Joker didn't listen. Bam! He knocked him into next week. In fact, the Joker and the Batman are both kind of arguing with Grodd. No chance, guys. This Grodd is really, really cool. Now, he stands really well. He also comes with a couple of weapons over here. We're going to take a look at those now. These are really tight down on here, but just a little pull and they come right out. Has a little side down here. As you can see, that's really cool. And this little kind of pickaxe mace. That is really kind of interesting. So let's see. I think that he's probably going to want to hold this weapon in his right hand like this, because then when he is swinging this thing, watch this. You get that motion of the little ball and chain there, the little spike. So that is really cool. This hand, he is going to be ready to throw this sai or just flat out have to cut his way through something if he has to. So that's really cool. He does have arm articulation. Look at that. That is really cool. So he could come from the top like this. And then over here, his arm does have some articulation. You can move it, but it's not going to stay. It's just mainly there if you wanted to play in that way. But look at that. That is such a great figure for 13 bucks. I really, really think that this is something that if you have a kid or a family member that loves DC, they are going to love this Gorilla Grodd. And I hope that you guys loved today's video. If you did, do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you on the next great toy opening video.
Grazie, subscribe.